We get warmer now. Heated.
Yes, go on, Vinny.
Yeah, we'll just check out Naby is, because we're hearing reports that the family suffered a bereavement.
Vinny, let's just be careful with that, because there's still news coming out. We're not going to use the football performance. We're not going to be talking about people dying until it's confirmed in the area. It's not responsible. This is being streamed live,
Yeah,
okay?
sure, I was
So
just checking.
bear that in mind. We'll do that.
Yes.
No.
Do you want to ask a question that's related? I'm just saying that obviously we'll get information from Naby, but this isn't an environment for football managers to talk about.
And I got information a second ago, pretty much, so I cannot say anything about it.
Fitness-wise, and how's Naby? And,
He trained.
and Jordan, has he got a chance for Atletico next week?
Yeah, but not for Bournemouth. Unfortunately, Shaq is not involved yet, and unfortunately, Ali is out. Yeah, Mr. Alisson had in training before the Chelsea game. Little incident, we all thought it's nothing, was clear, will not play anyway. The plan was that he's on the bench. And then there we thought, oh, come on, we don't have to take any risk, and so left him out of the squad. Scan next day, and I found something, and so now he's out. We'll see next week, for sure. Next week, yeah, next week for sure, and then we'll see.
What was he doing?
Muscle, slightly in the region, in the hip region. Small muscle. You could all do your work still, but a professional goalkeeper, there's a slightly different. So that's the situation.
The last time before now that you lost 3 of your last 4 games was the end of the 2017-2018 season. So does it have little impact on confidence when you've been so consistent since then? Or does it mean a bigger job for you to lift the players, because it's almost like a shock to the system when you have that kind of run form?
It's a mix of all of that. So of course, winning gives you confidence. Losing costs you confidence. That's completely normal. You start thinking about different things. But it's how you said. Okay, it's a long while ago. But one defeat feels like 2 defeats. It's not a massive difference. So it's just to how you get back on track immediately, on the result track if you want. And you can do that only not by hoping that things are now clicking even better than the game before. So you have just to work really hard. You have to fight back on track. That's always like it is. It will never be different. And that's what we have to do all together on Saturday. So tomorrow, not even 24 hours, we have to do that as a unit with our supporters together. And yeah, just not waiting for the perfect moment, just working for a very, very good moment, another good moment, a better moment, a perfect moment, a super moment, whatever, exactly working for that, being perfectly protected. Because the way opponents play against us is not new. It's not new, they do it, I don't know how long, feels like always, but it's like they have a defensive block and go for counterattacks and use set pieces, stuff like this. Bournemouth especially dangerous around set pieces, always good. I think they scored around about 50% of their goals from set pieces, so which is quite an impressive number. So we have to be 100% spot on there. We have to play football. We have to play the way through, to force the way through, to accelerate, to switch the side, use small spaces to create big spaces, and we have to be perfectly protected because of the counter-attacking threat with King, Wilson, and Fraser especially. So that's a job to do, and that wouldn't have been different if we would have won the last few games. So that's the same, but just we want to fight, and that's what we have to show.
I have to ask about this because it's obviously impacting on the Premier League now with the fair play handshake having gone. Liverpool obviously won't be having mascots on the pitch now either for the foreseeable future because of the coronavirus outbreak. And the possibility of playing games behind closed doors is being talked about as well. What are you being told? What information are you getting day to day as regards this, Jurgen? And what advice, what protocol are you actually following? So
what I know is, and my answer will not change to what I said after the Chelsea game. It's just of course we get information every day as a person, for all we all see the news and stuff like this. But apart from that, depending the Premier League or our games in the Premier League, we trust the things they tell us. So that's what we do. No handshakes or no handshake. No mascots or no mascots. And if there are some out from our club, some additional things to do, these people sit together the whole week and think about what they can do to decrease the probability to get infected. And so that's it, and that's what we try. Nothing changed here really, apart from, why should you give a handshake in times when it obviously it's not the right thing to do, so it's not that difficult to change that. Apart from that, we have to do the normal stuff. But how I said, after the Chelsea game, people with more knowledge, people who think much more about it, who want to find solutions for all of us, if they make decisions, then we trust and hope and trust that they are the right decisions, and we follow them. Easier as that.
Mandy?
You can set a top flight record of 22 home wins in a row. How proud does that make you, and how much has Anfield, when you first arrived as a manager, is it bigger and more crazy than you expected in terms of the fan support?
Yeah, it's much bigger, but I realized that already a while ago. Yeah, Anfield, the influence and impact of Anfield is much bigger than I thought. But look, that's the situation. We never really thought about statistics and stuff like that. But in this moment, it doesn't feel like we won the last 22, and that's how defeats change the things. That's how it is. We would never and have never ignored the things that happen to us, result-wise, injury-wise, whatever. We just have to. We have to create an atmosphere tomorrow again. We have to use the atmosphere then. But for that, everybody needs to have the right mindset, our people as well, because it's a situation. Not only we lost as a team, lost 3 of the last 4. Our supporters lost them as well, and it's about the reaction. So really fighting back with an atmosphere which will be really exceptional. We face an opponent with Bournemouth who is fighting with all they have for the league now for months already. Had a really tough period with a lot of injuries. These boys are pretty, not all of them back, but a lot of them are back, and especially their front line is now back what they usually for sure saw before the season, which will be the front 3, even they played a different system before. But now they are in a tough moment, and we respect that. But and we wish Bournemouth, by the way, and anyhow all the best, but not in the game tomorrow. So that's how it is, and that's about. It's not about records. It's about really winning the next, making the probability as big as possible to win the next football match, and that's tomorrow, and that's what we prepared for, and that's what we want to show.
And I know you always look at one game at a time. You have a big week domestically and in Europe next week. Would getting a win tomorrow give you that momentum, and how important is that ahead of what's to come?
Look, you can't hope for a momentum. You have to work for a momentum, and that's what we want to. And it's then. So in a moment we are completely focused on nothing else than the game tomorrow, and after that we have 3 days. So it's the comfortable space between 2 games with Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday for preparing the Atletico game. Yeah, and then we will try everything in that game. But is there momentum? Momentum, you never have it for long. It's there for a moment, and then you have to work again for it and again for it. It just feels in some moments it feels easier, but it's never easy. It's always difficult, and would be great. I want to win that game tomorrow anyway, so it would be great if we could use it, and let's hope and work for it that it will happen.
Juliet, anything?
Jurgen, when you talk about the right mindset with the crowd and the fans, we spoke after West Ham that maybe it was a bit of nervousness, maybe a little bit. Is it because of the expectation and maybe the will for success and the gap that you have at the top, and it's just like thinking, this will happen, but it's just creating that atmosphere itself? Do you think that's been missing a little bit?
No, absolutely nothing to do with the atmosphere. No, we lost. At Atletico, we are not responsible for the atmosphere there. It was a special atmosphere. Didn't like it too much, but we have time to respond for that on next Wednesday.
Just the atmosphere at Anfield, I mean,
The atmosphere at Anfield, I don't think I started the the dialogue about the atmosphere. Pretty sure you asked me about it.
Yeah, I
If
would ask you, it just
yeah,
felt a
so
little bit
that
flat,
doesn't mean that must
nervous,
make it right in the end.
Okay.
So it's completely up. We are 2-1 down. Which crowd in the world is then 100% sure that you will turn it around? We were 2-1 down. That's the truth. So that's what you have to do. It's not about our supporters. I would be the first who would tell them, but so far they are only responsible for the good things that happen and not a little bit for the not so good things which happened. It's just I think everybody knows what we need. So we need to play passes. We need to try things. If you try things, they don't work out. That's all. And not all the time. It's not like this. And it never was. If you win a game 4-0, it's not that each pass leads to a goal-scoring opportunity. So, and that's what I mean with mindset. We have to be, as a team, we have to be ready to try things which will not work out. That's how football works. You can't only play around the formations. You have to try to play through. You have to try to play over. You have to take a risky pass. That's how it is. That's how football is. And if you don't try that, then you decrease your own chances to win the game. So, and for that, would be nice if the crowd would be ready as well. That's all what I'm talking about. Not difficult. Just the atmosphere will be as good as possible, I'm sure. I just mention it because I don't want that anybody will forget it, coincidentally.
Michael? Yeah, I mean, because this is relatively uncharted waters for Liverpool, this Liverpool team over the last 2 seasons certainly, to lose 3 games out of 4. Since the Chelsea game, have you sort of tried to do things maybe a bit differently in training or freshen things up, or you had a big meeting with the players to sort of try and re-energise them?
No, we had a big meeting after the Watford game and after the Chelsea game. It would have been really silly from my side if we changed 7 times and then I tell the boys, you should have changed the situation for us. I said it after the game. I liked a lot of parts of the game. We conceded 2 goals, one after counter-attack, one after a super shot. I know nobody wants to hear it, with a tricky ball. That's how it is. And I say Adrian usually saves that, but if you don't lose the ball beforehand. So there are 2 situations which were not like should have been. Apart from that, it was a very intense game against a very good Chelsea side from a team which we changed on 7 positions. So I was completely fine with that. It's difficult to mention that for a manager after a football game when you lost it, because nobody wants to hear that. But that's the truth. We had our situations, 2 big moments where we scored. Where we could have scored, we didn't score. In the game which we won at Chelsea months ago, we scored in these moments. That's sometimes the only difference. So after Watford, that was a moment when I thought, now we have to talk in a slightly different and maybe more detailed way. That's what we did. But then everybody asked about the reaction showing in the Chelsea game. I saw a reaction, but from players, they had nothing. Not all of them had really something to do with the game before. It's just carry on. It's just carry on. I cannot make a meeting where the same meeting all 3 days. That doesn't work. And so no, Chelsea was Chelsea. We are out of the FA Cup. We were out of the FA Cup last year. I forgot where we left the competition last year. We didn't want to have that, but it is. So we lost that game as well last year. Before that, probably we didn't lose a Champions League game. I'm not sure. And the Premier League game we lost last year was someone in January or so. Yeah. So that's how it is. It's not new. Yes. And that's how it is. The opponents, Watford strong, we not so much. Atletico, an away game at Atletico, how can I say we have to win there clearly in the way they approach the game? It's really difficult. A lot of teams would have struggled as well. And now Chelsea. That's it. We don't underestimate it, really. It's not that we think, that's nothing normal. It's actually for us the opposite of normal. But to find the way back, you cannot change things just like you want. You have to rely on the things which were good before and were maybe good in the games you lost. Just do it with a higher intensity, do it on a higher concentration level, force it more in some moments, and all that stuff. So there are a lot of things you can do without changing it completely, and that's what we try.
Is it a concern as well, the lack of goals in the 3 games that you've lost, but maybe more importantly, not creating chances against Watford either, and in the game over in Madrid, and I know how good Madrid are defensively, but generally not creating as many chances as you normally do in matches?
Look, for me, it's always difficult to create, to not creating headlines, because you're all waiting for me saying something, and then if I use now the word you used, then it's the headline. And I'm not that much in that mood, but I'm not blind. I see that we didn't score, and I see that we didn't create in these moments. That's what we are working on, 100%. We never took it for granted before, and we don't think it's now impossible to do it again. It's about how we set up, how we do the things, how clear we are in the moments, and how good we deal with the little setbacks in football games, because they're always there. They're always there. They were always there. And that's it. In a lot of moments we could have done better. We know that 100%, and that's what we are working on. But we don't take it now like for granted. From now on we will not score anymore, and from now on they will score with each chance they have. That's not like it is. So we know we have if we perform on our highest level, and actually it's nothing else we want to do tomorrow, it will be difficult for Bournemouth. We should not forget that as well. It's not that it will be an easy game for Bournemouth tomorrow. So, but we don't go in the game and think, yeah, Bournemouth, let's tick the box and carry on and think about Atletico. Not at all. We are 100% focused on this game. The boys want to get a result. The boys want to respond in the right way, and that's what we have to show then, because it's not important what we say in meetings. It's important what we show on the pitch, and that's first time since Chelsea. We have the opportunity tomorrow at 12:30.
Vicky?
Have you gathered from training in the last few days, Jurgen, that the lads are getting over it and moving towards regaining the confidence that you've had in such spadefuls throughout the season?
The training was good. I'm not sure how you think we could train after the games we played. So the boys who didn't play, who played in the game against Chelsea, they had yesterday's second-day recovery. We cannot change that. That's sports science. So there's not a day for showing reaction. But the boys who didn't play, they enjoyed their football a lot in the sessions we had since then. And but that was not really different before. I cannot now. I get it again that you ask it, but the only answer we can give is on the pitch. It's not here. It's not here in the meeting. I cannot explain it good enough. We cannot speak about all the things we are talking about and all that stuff, because I have to talk to my players, and I would say, people maybe say it's a difficult situation. I think it's rather interesting, to be honest. I think it's really interesting. Now that's my job. That's my work I have to do to help the players to be now back where we want to be and where we think we belong, and that's what we have to do in these sessions. And for that we give them all help we can give them. Some recover, some train hard, and then we bring them all together again today and make a lineup for tomorrow and play football in an ideal world, the best football we are able to play.
Carl, anything?
Yeah. Is it a coincidence that your worst results has come after the break? Is there anything in your analysis that suggested to you that things have changed from that?
Yeah. It's a coincidence.
Sorry.
Did you ask if it's a? What did you ask? Is it?
Is it coincidence?
Yeah, and I said yes.
So there's nothing in the analysis
No.
you've seen that suggested
No.
anything is happening different.
No.
Just second on that side of the thing, Alexander Becker this week has been talking about the League Cup and how it should be abolished in England to make fixtures a bit easier. What would be your thoughts on that?
Wow. I think we can do a lot of different stuff. I don't want to, and everybody tells me, and in the moment in public, I will, obviously because I speak in public about it, how much it means. No problem. If you stamp with your foot on it, it will finish. Yeah. So obviously, the League Cup is a very traditional competition in England. So how can I say we should cancel it or scrap it or whatever, however you want to say it? Then it's obviously from a financial point of view very important for the Football League, right? So for the teams there, understand that. How can we say, no, it's not important? Of course it's important. So I really think we have to work on a solution. And lesser games are already possible with just little adaptations. So that's how it is. And at the end, so far, what I'm happy about is that people now start really talking. So far there were not even talks, because everybody adjusts his standpoint. We need because of that, we need because of that, and we need because of that, and said the FA, but we did already so much. We gave you a weekend for playing Premier League instead of FA Cup, stuff like this. So just we have to talk about it. And the season is intense. What I'm even more concerned about is what happens in the between the last game of the season and the first game of the new season, because that was always a natural moment where everybody had from time to time a break, and that doesn't happen anymore as well. So it's not the League Cup alone is a solution, but lesser games is still the target, I would say, because just you cannot carry on like this for long. That's 100% sure. But it's not about me to make the decision. I think I said a lot about different things, but again, the decision has to be made by other people, and I'm happy if they talk to each other. That would be the first time since I'm in England, and that's good, big progress.
David, anything from you? Just check through the room. Anything from you, Richard? No? James, anything from you?
Can I just check on Alisson? What kind of time frame are you looking at? Have you got any chance at Atletico?
No, I said it already, next week not. That means Atletico. Sorry?
Well, obviously the Merseyside derby's beyond that. Has he got any chance of it?
Look, I don't want to say no, but I don't know if he will be available for that. He's not available for the next week. Not for tomorrow and not the next week. And then we have to judge the situation new. I would say after the international break, he's back 100%, and whatever we can get before that, we will see.
Nothing from Sky, no?
No, just is it possible to ask one question in German?
Yes, the boss is happy to answer it, yes.
Okay for you? Ich glaube, Sie haben es gerade schon einmal gesagt, aber ich würde Sie einfach nochmal bitten. Es wird ja viel hier darüber geredet, 3 Niederlagen aus 4 Spielen. Wie sehr hat das jetzt nochmal vielleicht auch so ein bisschen bei allen Spielern und auch bei allen so ein bisschen den Fokus geschärft für diese, ja, ich würde jetzt sagen fast Crunch-Time. Jetzt geht es ja in den Saisonendspurt, es geht um Champions League weiterkommen. Sie haben ja nach der ersten Niederlage gesagt, das war ganz gut, dass es jetzt endlich, haben wir den Druck weg. Jetzt sind 3 Niederlagen da, irgendwie sprechen da alle Leute drüber, wie sehr hat das nochmal alle hier angefixt auch?
Ja, das hat natürlich gemacht, aber das müssen wir schon auch, das müssen wir natürlich auf dem Platz zeigen. Aber ist ja klar, es sind 3 unterschiedliche Wettbewerbe. Es ist jetzt nicht so, dass wir in einem Wettbewerb 3-mal in Folge verloren hätten. Es hat unterschiedliche Gründe dafür gegeben. Also Atletico fand ich jetzt einfach, ist ein Spiel, wo ich persönlich noch nie mit einer Mannschaft irgendwie zum Auswärtsspiel gefahren bin, hätte so eine natürliche Berechtigung, einfach ein Spiel zu gewinnen. Und so wie die gekämpft haben und so wie das Spiel dann abgelaufen ist, haben sie 1-0 halt einfach gemacht. Das wird auch zu Hause nicht einfach, das gerade zu bügeln, aber nichtsdestotrotz haben wir die Chance ja noch. Dann fand man, wie ich finde, das wahrscheinlich unser schlechtes Saisonspiel mit Sicherheit gegen Watford gespielt und deswegen auch verloren. Fand dann aber mit 7 Wechseln, die wir jetzt nicht gemacht haben, weil wir mit Watford nicht zufrieden waren, so, weil wir es aber machen mussten, haben wir ein richtig gutes Spiel gemacht gegen Chelsea und verlieren deswegen in 2 Situationen. Und die machen ihre Bälle rein, wir machen sie nicht rein. So einfach ist es. Und Chelsea haben wir uns in der Liga schwer getan, weil es normal ist dort, weil die einfach gut sind, und im europäischen Supercup haben wir es im Elfmeterschießen gewonnen. Es zeigt einfach nur, wie knapp das da zugeht. Den Abstand haben wir nicht in den Spielen gegen Chelsea offensichtlich uns erspielt, sondern in allen anderen Spielen. Also die Konstanz, die Jungs gezeigt haben über die Monate, ist außergewöhnlich. Aber jetzt ist ja klar, war immer klar, dass es passieren kann. Wir sind ja nicht davon ausgegangen, dass wir einfach durch eine Saison rennen und alle Spiele gewinnen. Und deshalb ist es nicht ungewöhnlich, aber der direkte